Laura Stewart, board member of Impact 100, and we're here today with Jim Brown, who's going to be sharing his experiences with the VNA music therapy program at the Parkinson Center. Jim, thanks so much for being here today.
Okay.
So you were telling me the other day that Maureen Burkhart and the VNA music therapy program is at the Parkinson Center. What are they doing there?
She runs a class once a week on Wednesday. It's called Movin' and Groovin'. And basically it uses, it isn't quite music therapy, it's what she calls rhythmic acoustic stimulation.
Okay, fancy name.
Fancy names, but what it is for a Parkinson person, I'm typical in that over a period of time I lost my ability to walk naturally. And the problem is that you have, for most people, you have a natural walk you're not even aware of.
Right.
That it just works automatically. With the Parkinson's disease, some of your brain chemicals are depleted, and you just lose those natural pathways. With the rhythmic auditory stimulation test, she calls it RAS, you walk to a beat, and you learn to pick up clues to keep going with the normal walk. Kind of hard to completely explain, but in my case, I went from barely being able to get across a shopping center parking lot. I'd get one of the carts to go in because
right.
I just couldn't walk well enough to do that, to the point where over a period of time I have almost a normal walk. But it's made an enormous difference in my life, just an enormous difference.
I would imagine being able to go from barely being able to walk to walking across a parking lot or just walking across a room in your house would be an amazing accomplishment.
Yes, it is. Now I can run again. I run 2 miles in the morning, and I can walk 2 miles with the wife. It's just a matter of getting too hot rather than not being able to walk. So.
Well, that's a better problem to have, right? It's too hot in Florida, I can't run, but that I can still run.
Yes.
And you credit the music therapy with being able to do that.
Yes, absolutely. It did. When we step back, it probably did 95% of it. I take another class at the museum that helps me learn the beat in music, and that's what I use when I walk. I have a little earphone and my cell phone, and I can I listen to the music and follow the beat with my feet.
Wow! So you have tools not only while you're in the class, but you have tools that you're using whenever you need them.
That's correct.
I remember my dad had Parkinson's, and there wasn't anything like that here in town to help him with that, and that was one of his frustrations, was when he would get stuck and be unable to really walk.
No, I've been there where you say go to the top of the stairs, you can't figure out how you get down.
Well, it's an amazing story. Thank you so much for sharing it with us.
Okay, I should point out that in this county, for some reason, it has a very high percentage of people that have Parkinson's disease. It's about 13% of the people over 65, as compared to normally about 2%. So anyway, there are thousands of people in this county that could benefit from this sort of therapy.
So we need to somehow get that program expanded so that more people can take advantage?
Yeah, Maureen's one person. She can't handle thousands of people. So.
Yeah. I wonder how we can get that program expanded. Maybe they have to apply for another grant.
I don't know the mechanics of that. Maybe well, we need at least more than one music therapist in the county for sure.
Well, that's really great to know. I never realized the percentage was that high in this county.
Yeah, that's. It's hard to explain why it's so high. It has to be people moving from the outside to retire here, but there are other places like that too that don't have that kind of percentage.
And you recently moved here, so you haven't even been in town very long.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you found the Parkinson Center.
Yeah, that's an interesting story in itself. I didn't know about it. My wife made a wrong right turn going to the supermarket over there across the river.
Okay.
And saw it, and I went to the center simply because I had had the disease a year and a half at that point, and I'd never actually met another Parkinson's disease person. Nashville, for some reason, has got a very low percentage that I came from.
Well, that was one of those fortuitouses, as I call them, God incidences.
Right. Destiny.
Yeah, meant to be. Any last thoughts you'd like to share?
Not really. Again, I want to really thank your organization for making a huge difference in my life.
Well, we thank you for being here and being willing to share that with us.